Hey guys, Michael Ketchen here with another episode of the Michael Ketchen Show. Joined today by my good friend, Steve Niemaszyk.
Yes.
How are we doing?
Good.
Happy to have you here. Steve is an amazing entrepreneur, a good friend, an investor with us, and keeps kicking my ass in golf, which I'm starting to get a little agitated about, but my day is coming. Thanks for being here today, buddy.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, first podcast for you, right?
First podcast,
Get to pop your cherry together.
Popping the cherry here today.
A lot of pressure. I wanted to have you on because we've met years ago, and I think you're one of the most interesting entrepreneurs I know. You really have just kind of done things your way, right out the chute, almost like a little bit, you don't know what you don't know till you know it. Mm-hmm. So you kind of blaze your own trail. Mm-hmm. You have a very successful commercial cleaning company, which led to real estate. You flipped houses, you've wholesale, multifamily. Talk to me a little bit about what kind of gave you the entrepreneurial drive and how this all kind of started for you.
So I started back in finance like 2004, 2005. Got laid off during the big crash, and then literally came home, stopped at the store, got a couple of bottles of wine on the way home, sat on the couch with Liz, and said, how can we design a life around us? So that's where the cleaning business was born.
Yeah, that's really how it started.
That's how it started.
That's an awesome story. Well, sad in the moment, but
sad in the moment. I mean,
pretty awesome the way it turned out.
We never wanted to get fired again, right? So back then I was making north of six figures, which was great income in 2007.
Yeah.
Right. Came home, literally had nothing. Fell back on unemployment for 6 months, started a cleaning business. Now it's grown to 50-something employees. Things are great. But like, to speak to your point, we designed a life around what we want to live and didn't create a business around money.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
To me, spending time with family, wife, children is far more important than a bigger paycheck.
Yeah, 100%. And that's one of the things I was excited to talk to you about is that you really have had a business now. I mean, you're coming up on, almost 20 years. You think about it, right?
17 years, yeah.
And you do what you want when you want. Yep. I'm the same exact way. I mean, literally before this podcast, we decided we're both going golfing at 12:40 after the show.
It's true.
Which wasn't, my wife's going to kill me. Hopefully Liz doesn't kill him. But, that's great. How though did you make the transition from the cleaning business into real estate? Because you've done, anything under the sun in real estate, you've basically done at this point.
I have.
How'd that happen?
So the transition came from a phone call I got. I was literally on a job stripping and waxing a floor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and a friend of mine says, Steve, why are you doing this on a Saturday? I said, well, I don't know. There's nothing else to do. What am I going to do, sit at home?
Yeah.
So he said, why don't you get into real estate? So I bought my first condo, and then that multiplied into another condo, then a multifamily, another multifamily, then started flipping houses, then bought a hotel, then bought more multifamilies, then invested with you.
Yeah.
And here we are today.
Yeah, and it's been pretty awesome. And you also, he's underselling a little bit. I mean, you've got STRs, you've got this amazing, STR kind of compound, the cabins up in the White Mountains of New Hampshire.
Yep.
You've got some amazing stuff in Florida. You got multifamily, you got STRs, you got all this going, you got flipping. How do you balance and juggle all those different balls? Because that's the question a lot of people would get, that I think you have a very unique ability to be able to do different asset classes successfully. And I'm not saying everything's a home run, right? We all get our teeth kicked in.
We do.
But to be able to juggle so many different asset classes, walk us through that a little bit.
So I guess I suffer from the shiny object syndrome, right? I'll take a...
Oh, you're the definition.
Yeah, I'm the definition
shiny
of
object
that,
syndrome.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll take a challenge and I'll make it succeed, and I won't move on to the next challenge until that one has won.
Okay. So you're just going to go all in or whatever it is.
But that's what, to me, winning is, it has to turn a profit. Once it turns a profit and it's off my mind, which is off my plate, I'll move on to something else.
Okay, so let's go a little bit deeper on that, because everybody at home who's going to hear this is probably thinking, oh my God, right? It can be done. And to be clear, I am not that smart. I do one thing at once, which again is why Steve is very impressive to me, because clearly you've got the checks and balances to do that. So your way of judging kind of scoreboard, defining winning is, I'm profitable on this asset, it's set up, it's teed up, it's stabilized, I can move on to the next thing.
Yep.
What does that look like with a short-term rental, for example, for you? Because I know that's an asset class you're pretty big in. Are you still investing in short-term rentals as we speak?
I still own several of them, yeah.
Yep.
I'm not investing currently in them.
Yep.
But so to me, that's stabilizing it through my PMS system and then enabling my staff and my team to communicate with guests and communicate with maintenance. Takes me out of the ball game.
And then you're out of there, automate it, right? Delegate to elevate, baby.
That's it. Everything's automated.
I love it. Okay, and then let's talk about backing up a second, because I think this is something everybody can relate to, or maybe want to aspire to with a big company. The cleaning company went from something that was a startup, if you heard at the start of the episode, came out of despair, came out of desperation. Now it's got 50 employees. It's rocking. What was it like scaling a company?
Pain in the ass.
Right? Well, talk about some of that pain. People want to know.
Yeah, it was a challenge. So for me, the biggest challenge, honestly, was letting go of control. right? That was my biggest struggle. And I think some people that are listening to this may be running a successful company, whatever it may be, a small construction crew. What you really need to do is get out of your own way and hire people that are better at the things that you're not good at, and let them succeed.
Yeah, delegate, elevate.
Empower them and let them succeed. As you would call them, A players.
Yep.
So in the janitorial world, it's hard to find A players,
Yeah.
just because of the nature of the business, right? But you got to find the best of what you can. And when you find the right one, I like to use the word, you kind of coddle them
Yeah.
and get them to exactly where they need to be, and then they'll bend over backwards for you.
I love that. So, I mean, you and Liz were like in the lab, like cooking up SOPs,
hell yeah.
getting everything going.
And she's wonderful at managing people.
Yeah.
Right? I'm more direct like you are.
Yep.
And she is perfect for the coddling.
Yeah, and she handles, and correct me if I'm wrong, she kind of runs the cleaning company now, right?
She does. We've got management underneath her. They report to her, and she kind of oversees like the week-to-week operation.
It's awesome. I want to kind of pivot a little bit because obviously now we've talked about you're successful in STRs, you're successful in multifamily, flipping, cleaning. One of the reasons I wanted to have you on is we've got a lot closer once you join the Standard, right? And the Standard is a private entrepreneurial club where people kind of are part of a community that's like-minded. What would you say being part of a community like that has done for you?
I can't even put it into words. It's 10x'd me.
Yeah.
Not in a financial capacity, although that has grown as well. But it's more, who you're around, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're a player in the arena, you want to be around other players. You don't want to be around people that are on the sidelines shooting the shit, talking the game, but not actually walking the walk. You want to be around people that are doing it. And for me, that's forced me to actually level up as much as you can believe that. I have so much going on. I still feel like I haven't accomplished enough.
Yeah.
Right. And being in this room and talking to certain guys in here, I'm like, shit, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like I'm doing enough.
Pushes you.
It pushes me,
pushes
right.
you.
Which led me to Buffalo.
Well, at 100%. And Buffalo's a market Steve's not looking at now for context because people are going to be like, what the hell is Buffalo?
That's true.
But putting that into perspective, the reason we have the Standard membership, and it's funny, we had the 1 year the other night, and some guys, they gasp at the 5K annually, and I kind of laughed, and I was like, it's actually doing what it's designed to do, because if you are not ready to invest $5,000, and
Right.
that is so. If you're not ready to put $5,000 into yourself, which I guarantee if we took 6 months of your bank statements,
Don't want you
and
in the
looked
room.
at where you were blowing your we don't want you in the room.
Right.
So it's funny because people think sometimes, I think they think it's like a cash cow. It's like, no, like we lose money in the Standard. The Standard's literally just a group that, like you just said, I want the dopamine hit.
Yes.
I want to be around those people. So we build that community up to have people growing. And the coolest moment for me was, we're at the 1 year anniversary dinner. We're all hanging out. We're chopping it up. And I'm looking around the room and I'm going, pretty much none of these guys knew each other a year ago.
That's correct.
And now they're hanging out, they're texting, they're doing deals, they're doing business, they're growing.
We've actually become friends. A lot of us have become friends with one another.
Yes.
Through the Standard, but also through various trips that we've gone on together,
Yeah.
Different masterminds and whatnot. You really get to know somebody on a personal level, and then you feel really comfortable doing business with them.
Yeah.
Because you know who they are and what they're made of.
Yeah.
To me, that goes a long way.
Yeah, well, 100%. You connect on a personal level. And I guess my takeaway to everybody out there who might hear this is, everyone's like, oh, I don't have money. I don't have this. I don't have that. Well, you don't necessarily need money. You need to get in the room and you need to start getting around people that are thinking bigger, that are doing more. I had a friend come to the event the other night. And it was his first time ever going to something like that. And I told him, I said, just be a fly on the wall. Because I knew that this person had never been around that level of positivity.
Okay.
And they were overwhelmed.
I'm sure.
And I said, yes. I said, this is what happens when you get in a room with people that are truly all trying to grow and aspire and fire each other up. And it's so funny because mindset is everything. I mean, speak on the mindset you've had. I mean, going back from 07, think about it again. 07, you're on your couch, you lose your 6-figure job, you're an employee. You probably think you got the world mapped out at that point. I mean, 100K plus in 07 is a lot of money.
Yeah, I know. We were living well.
And to give context, it's probably the equivalent of about $250,000 salary today.
Yeah.
Right? With inflation, 200, 250,000. So you walk home and now that mindset pushes you through. Talk about that mindset a little bit.
It's just a mindset of never willing to accept what you're dealt, right? Like you just persevere, you move forward. And, to speak back to the Standard, the guys in the room don't look at what could go wrong. They look at how things can go right. And they encourage you to take the leap,
Yep.
right? Even if you don't know, like we were just talking before this, take the leap, you told me, just do it.
Yeah.
Right? Like you can't learn something from a book or from YouTube University. You have to actually get in the game.
Yep.
You have to play the game. So that's the way I looked at it too, was even though I didn't know what I was doing half the time, right? My wife calls me the king of wing, right? Like literally, I just go into a room.
Oh, that was on a T-shirt.
Yeah,
that was on a T-shirt. Timestamp that, Jay. King of the wing. Oh my God.
But you just got to keep going.
When you close your first Buffalo deal, I'm getting you a T-shirt that says that. Hashtag King of the Wing.
Okay.
People are gonna take that Buffalo Wings. I mean,
Buffalo
we got a
Wings,
whole
that's right.
branding thing
That's
here
true.
now. Like I'm
Oh,
going
man.
somewhere with this.
Man, Buffalo King.
We're taking that out. King of the Wing. I'm hashtagging. I'm trademarking, whatever the fuck it's called. I'm
Perfect.
doing that.
Let's do it.
That's awesome. That's a great, and you're absolutely right. You know, my father-in-law jokes with me all the time because I was like, oh, your famous saying, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But it's true. It's like, I think people think by nature, you have to have the answer in the moment. And what's funny to me is then you just find someone who's more successful. They tell you that you don't have to. You got to get in the game. You got to take action. You'll figure it out. And it's like they ignore the advice. It's like, well, wait a minute. You're asking this person their opinion to begin with because they're further on the journey.
Right.
Of whatever that journey looks like to you that you determine to be successful, right? Because that can look different to everybody. But then when they tell you, it's like you disregard it because it almost seems so obvious. But no, it's mindset is everything. Character is everything. Integrity is everything. And the most important piece is something you've also done a really good job at is partnerships. Doesn't mean you have to be a business partner with the same person for 100 years. It's partnering on different deals. You've used partnerships in a variety of ways, right?
I have. On certain things, yeah.
Well, 100%. Not everything, but some things. I mean,
Yeah.
I know you've successfully done a couple of wholesales and flips recently. Talk about that.
Yeah. Most recent one, a broker called me. They weren't able to perform on a contract. We closed it in 6 or 7 days. And then we sold it 3 days. Actually, it would have been sooner, but I was in the Keys diving with my son. And I flew home and we closed it the next week. And our spread was $193,000 in
That's how you make it happen.
10 days.
So the broker calls you.
And that was
you have the
relationship
capital. You have the capital. They know you can perform. You get it done. You guys are splitting a big pot of gold.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't be greedy. Get a
No.
big pie, not a small pie. Partnerships, pour into that.
Right.
Right? And that's how you can jump around. I got to imagine it helps juggle all the balls. Another thing that you're really, really good at that you probably don't realize you give yourself credit for, you are literally one of the best dads I know. You're amazing.
Thank you.
You're family first. Both of your boys are actually investing with us as well, which is pretty cool.
They are.
Steve put him into one of the syndications. Talk a little bit about what it means to be a father. And you know, a lot of guys say family first. Brother, you are truly family first. I mean, it is amazing to see that, and I love it, and it's beautiful, and your family's beautiful. But talk about what that means to you.
Thank you. That makes me feel good. I appreciate that a lot, man.
Good.
So to me, that goes to spending more time with your children, right? If you want an outcome, you have to be part of the upbringing to get that outcome, right? So there are times where I literally just spend all day by the pool hanging out with the boys, and other people would think that, oh, that's wasting your time. To me, that's the most important investment I could ever make, right? They're going to grow up to be, hopefully me, hopefully you one day, right?
Yep.
Positive members of society. Employing other people, you know, doing great things, being a pillar of their community. That's what I look for both of them.
That's amazing. And
obviously, I love
doing
Liz too. I've been married 21 years, right? Like,
she's a rock star.
Yeah,
she's an absolute. We probably should give context who Liz is because we mentioned
yes,
about 8 times.
Liz is my wife. Without her, I wouldn't be anywhere near the person I am today.
Yeah. Same
Again,
thing.
speaks to the family, right?
Most important decision you're ever going to make is your spouse.
Absolutely.
And people don't think about that enough. They go and, you know, they rush that decision, and that is the bedrock, right? That is the bedrock of everything.
It is.
And see the pillars you built. So, we covered a lot. So
We did.
I
We
want
did.
to
We were all over the
recap.
map.
I want to recap. Flipping, wholesaling, transitioning out of despair in the 07 crisis into a very successful commercial cleaning company. Doing it on your terms in your way.
My timeline.
That is amazing. Where can people get in touch with you? Because a lot of people are going to want to know how to hit you up after this. Where can people find you? Where's the best way to get a hold of you?
You can check any one of the websites that we have for the companies, or you can hit me up on Instagram at Steve Niemaszyk, NiemasszYk.
You got to spell that. I mean, people,
I
you
have
know
to
what I mean?
spell it,
Like, if you
right.
don't spell it,
No one knows going to know how to say that.
I would tell you all, definitely reach out to Steve. Just an all-around investor, but also truly, I talk about a lot in this podcast, guys. I talk a lot about being intentional with the design of your life. I mean, this is literally the definition of intentionality. And if you're looking for a roadmap and someone to have a conversation with, I'm sure Steve will be happy to get with you. So, Steve, thank you again for being here.
No problem.
I'm Michael Ketchen, and as always, bet on yourself.